I'm in a different place, and I don't know how this sound is going to be for you. The phone, I'm using the phone today, and it's a little bit further away than I normally am, so I hope the sound isn't too grumpy. Today I want to talk about what I'm searching for, because the title of this is I Am Searching. Now, where I am, you'll see that I'm in the recording studio in the control space. I've got a rack of gear here, and what you can't see down here is a whole bunch of mixers, and I've some keyboards here and another keyboard over there you can see. And if you've seen some of the music that I've sung, I've been sitting at that keyboard facing that camera over there that I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't really matter. Today I'm searching for something, and I'm going to talk about this several times over the next road to 50 million, because this road to 50 million is going to go on, and the video might be crooked for you today and a whole bunch of other things. That's the way it is. But here's what I'm searching for. I'm starting a new program. Several years ago, I was a host on a weekly LA talk radio show called Results on a Rampage. And the point of that show, and it was audio, and it was on Tuesday afternoons, about how to create big results. Now, my life during my 30 years in the energy industry, including some very high-ranking executive positions in the United States and Canada, consisted of a lot of big results things, a lot of high pressure, blah, blah, blah. And since then, in the last 15 years, after I've left that industry at the end of 2007, beginning of 2008, I've also done a lot of stuff. I've written 18 books, I have 2 underway, I've spoken on a lot of stages, created a lot of programs and products and coached people, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of achievement, doing things that has been part of my life, sometimes for really good reasons and sometimes for some unhealthy reasons related to my depression, the need I had to prove something. But regardless of all that, in 2014, I think it was 14 and 15 or 13 and 14, I'm not sure, I had an LA talk radio show. And the name of that LA talk radio show was Results on a Rampage. And it was all about how to create big results, how to do that. And I've got a timer running over here, so I know how long I'm talking. But anyway, it was about how to create big results. And I had interviewed a whole bunch of guests on there that had big things, owner of a publishing company in New York and some big social media people. And I just a number of people that I got a guy on there who's now created a feature film, and a whole bunch of guests that were all about big results, how to create big results. Now, in that time, in 2013, when I did it, it had been only 5 years since the big crash of 2008. So there were lots of stories there about people that had gone through some pretty rough stuff in 2008, 9, 10, and how they'd rebuilt from that. Today, 2008 is a distant memory. It's a long time ago. And now we've got a new set of things. We have 3 years now of pandemic related things and illness. And every time we think we're just about, doing better, there's another mess. We've got who knows how serious outbreak in China. And we don't know because they won't tell anybody. So, okay, for whatever reason, they don't want to. And we have other horrible things going on, like this war in Europe, where people are dying by the thousands and tens of thousands for an incomprehensible thing, no good reason. So the 2008 crash was whatever it was and caused those things. But you know what? It passed. And when I interviewed a lot of people on Results on a Rampage, at LA Talk Radio Show, we got a lot of stories about how to create those things, how to create big results. Now I'm going to do it again, but it's going to be a different topic. I'm starting next week on Tuesday, January 16th. So a week from this coming Tuesday, about 10 days, I'm going back on LA Talk Radio. And I'm going to have a different show. This one is about how to create an ultimate life, a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy. And it's really about how to create income and impact with your gifts. Like everybody hears the sayings over and over again, do what you love and the money will follow, or, you can make a living with your gifts and talents. We all hear that. And, Brenda Burchard's been preaching that for years. I remember hearing that at events of his 10 years ago and so forth. And you've heard it from 100 or 1,000 or more people. Here's the question. How do you do that? How do you create income and impact doing what you love to do? How does that actually work? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about on The Ultimate Life on the LA Talk Radio Show starting next Tuesday. And it's going to be Tuesday afternoon, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Pacific, and so forth. But here's what I'm searching for. I want guests. I want people to talk to it's an hour-long interview, probably 50, 55 minutes with ends and stuff, where it's going to be streamed live on video and audio on the LA Talk Radio platform. Now, LA Talk Radio is one of the biggest talk radio shows. So here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people with a message. I'm looking for messengers. People who are coaches, people who write books, people who want to talk about what they believe, what they preach, what they've experienced, benefits and examples of clients. And the purpose of this is my 50 million. I have committed to reach 50 million people to help you discover and serve with your divine gifts. Discover and serve is not some woo-woo speak for, anything. It is hardcore, straight up. How do you make a difference in today's world with your gifts? How do you do that? Well, we're going to talk about it, and I want guests. And I have plenty of stories to tell about my own experience and my own journey and my own discoveries with that, because I had a 30-year career, a very successful one. And since 2008, I've created a coaching business that is worldwide. I've put a whole bunch of music up. I've written 18 books. I've had experience in a performing group that charted on Billboard. And so I've created a lot of that kind of success. And I'm also acquainted with many people who are doing the same. So I've got people to ask, and I will, but I'm extending an invitation to you. If you have a message, if you have a desire to get in front of an audience, because LA Talk Radio has got a good audience. So if you want to get in front of an audience and speak, teach, help people learn how to overcome barriers, get past their blocks, get rid of trauma, learn how to forgive, learn how to get rid of the baggage of the past. If you want to help people do that, I want to talk to you, because I'm not going to take everybody. I can't. I'm only doing one show a week, and I'm going to keep doing it for at least the rest of my year, which goes till October. So I'll probably do it 52 episodes at least. Last time I was on LA Talk Radio, I did 80 something, and maybe I'll keep going forever. I don't know. It depends on how well we're able to communicate the messages that we have. But what I'm looking for is you. If you have a message, if you help people overcome barriers, blocks, achieve their goals, lift their hearts, serve with their gifts, make money online with the things they love to do. This is not a, crypto investment and all that kind of nonsense. I'm looking for people who have a story, who want to share the story about their own journey and success, their own blood, sweat, and tears, how they've gone through that kind of struggle to make an income and an impact. And the reason I'm tying it to money is this. It is easy, and we see thousands upon thousands of people write books and tell stories just about the story of overcoming adversity. That's powerful. That's important. And if that's your story, then I want to talk to you anyway, because I have a podcast about ultimate life that's also available for guests. But on LA Talk Radio, this one I'm specifically looking for people who have taken those adversities, who have learned something, and now share it in a way that they've made a business out of it, or at least are making a business out of it. So I'm looking for coaches, authors, speakers that are doing that in the world. And here's why. I want to show with more examples than mine, and I have dozens, but more examples than mine, that it's possible, that it's doable, that regular folks can overcome challenges, make a declaration about changing their lives, and they make a difference in the world. Because that's one of the ways I'm going to reach my 50 million. I need people who are that example. Now, I have some. And so I'm not saying, gee, I don't have any. I have lots. I know lots. I have lots of coaching clients I can invite, and I will. But I'm extending an invitation to you, because often what I hear when I work with people is, I don't know how to find anybody. I don't know how to get on stages. Well, this is a giant stage. LA Talk Radio is a big stage. So if you want to have an hour-long opportunity to be interviewed, to talk about what you do, how you add good to the world, and the work that you do, and how you also have been able to write a book or create a course, or do those kinds of things in the world to make a difference, and this is your invitation. So the name of this episode is I'm Searching. That's what I'm looking for. If that's you, then I need you to reach out to me, and reach out to me. The best way is probably Facebook Messenger. But if you just put a comment, I'm broadcasting this to several platforms, so I may or may not see it. If you're serious, keep reaching. Let's talk, because my goal is to help you reach an audience. That's my goal, because my commitment is to help you discover and serve with your gifts, and that means reaching an audience. It's certainly what I'm doing in my road to 50 million. Now, here's the encouragement that I have. Maybe you haven't started yet. Maybe this is a dream for you to say, well, I have all these experiences in my life, and they were rough, and they've taught me a lot, and now I can help people, but I'm not doing it yet. I'm not really doing it. I haven't written a book, created the course, learned how to reach or close coaching clients or something. I talked to a lady just yesterday, and I have many, many people every single week that I've never met that I get to talk to, because I do all these kinds of reach outs. And the one that I talked to, one of the ones I talked to this week, said, well, I want to help people, and you guys know the story, but I don't know how to reach them. I don't know how to reach them. Well, let me show you. The internet has made it easier to reach people than ever in the history of the world. And yeah, there's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of garbage, and there's a lot of fake ears and people claiming this, that, and the other. Even with that, it's possible, and you can do it. You can write books, you can do marketing in the correct way, you can find a good avatar, you can find good groups. All those mumbo jumbo words you've heard, they're real words, and they work and they matter, but it's always a question of doing it effectively and doing it correctly. And do you know what I find the biggest obstacle is? I find that the biggest obstacle is your willingness to act. Most people hear this kind of message, whether it's from me or anyone else. They feel a stirring in their hearts. They want to do something, and then they don't. I don't have anything to say. It won't matter. I don't know how. And the excuses are forever. And the bottom line is, the message dies with the messenger. The possibility never comes to the light of day. And you can live that way with that regret, or you can grab a hold of the opportunity to serve with your gifts and reach an audience and make the difference. You know what I just noticed is funny? That monitor behind me right there is broadcasting what we're talking about. And you see me moving back there? I didn't realize it. That's a different computer setup, and it happens to be set up on Restream. How funny is that? So it's showing what we're doing. Anyway, that was not intentional. That was an accident, but I just happened to notice it and thought, I'll bet people are noticing that. I'm wondering what that is back there. Well, that's me right here on another monitor talking to you. All right, so I'm going to go back and listen to this and see. I'd like you to give me some feedback if this audio is okay. Were you able to hear me all right? Because this is the first time I've done one of these Road to 50 Million, not at my other desk, which is over there around the corner. Not that one, but another one around the corner where I have a really good mic setup and everything else. And this one I'm doing on my phone over in the recording studio. So I'm curious about whether or not you can hear it and whether or not it's okay. Anyway, this is your invitation. I'm inviting you to help me reach 50 million. I'm inviting you to spread your message, wisdom, and capability on my new LA Talk radio show, which starts January 16th. Once a week, hour-long interviews, video and audio live streamed on the LA Talk radio platform, which is not a small platform. So I don't know how to reach an audience. Nonsense. Here's a golden opportunity. All right. Road to 50 million. This is my effort every single day to help 50 million of you right here, right now, serve with your gifts. Discover your gifts, take advantage of the opportunity to do something you've been thinking about, wanting to do. Let's talk. We'll see you tomorrow on the road to 50 million.